Hey everyone, my name is Gabrielle Edwards and welcome to Gear Studios. So today we are going to be doing a draw and paint with me session. So go on ahead and get out your sketchbook, your paintbrushes, your pencils, and we're going to just have some fun in the studio and have a good chat. So I am becoming a full-time professional artist, and with that, there have been some pain points that I have recently found out about. And I thought that you guys would benefit from them, so I just wanted to tell you guys about the lessons I have learned as a growing full-time professional artist. First, I'm going to define what a professional artist is for me. A professional artist is someone making a full-time income off of the selling of their paintings, their prints, their commissions. They're also taking the time out of their day to then understand branding, how to market on social media, because of how social media is nowadays. As artists, it's very beneficial for us to use it. They're also looking and applying for galleries. Really just, in my opinion, a professional artist is someone who's taking their career very seriously and looking towards making it a full-time income. And that's what I would love to do. So now that we got the definition out the way, now I'm going to go on ahead and start talking and breaking things up into sections. In section 1, we're going to be talking about your mental state and how that actually has a lot to do with your art. If you don't have a good mental framework, and by framework, I'm talking about, okay, you have a good belief system in yourself, you believe where you're going, and any negative thought that comes into your head, you measure it against whatever it is you would say to potentially like a friend. So, for example, if I had a negative thought that was calling me, trigger warning for those of you that this has happened to, that's calling me worthless, my work will never amount to anything, I'm going to go nowhere with it, it's useless, I should stop now before I get ahead. If you are your own friend, you are not talking to yourself like that. I don't talk to my homegirls like that. I don't talk to any other friend I've ever had like that. So therefore, any thought that comes to my head that is not something that is lifting me up, I don't count it. And that's what I realized was happening sometimes. So I had to literally teach myself to measure every thought. I'm also a Bible reader. So I measure also every thought next to what would I say to a friend, and also what would God say to me. God would never talk to me like that, ever. And because Jesus would never speak to me like that, I don't do that. And when it happens, because it does happen, just because we're human beings, and as human beings, it's bound to happen at some point. And when it happens, though, you have to literally catch that thought and be like, oh, that's not accurate. I would never speak to myself like that. You quite literally have to take that thought and throw it in the freaking trash, because that's not you talking to you. That's something else. That's just random thoughts flowing through. I don't even know where that's decided to just plop in your head. That's not something that you would ever say to a friend. So therefore, it's not something you would ever think to yourself. Well, you probably think it, but it's not correct. Okay, so now that we know about the mental state and the thoughts, what I want you to do now, this is everybody's homework / next assignment. I want you to write down those negative thoughts. It's going to feel weird and really cheesy as somebody who has done it, and it might feel really stupid to you, but I promise you it is going to help you see how ridiculous some of these thoughts are. So on a piece of paper, I want you to put on one side, put the thought that popped in your head, write it down. It doesn't have to be like a long, super long paragraph. It could be like a sentence, couple of words. Then split that paper in half. On the other side, at the top, title it How I Would Talk to My Friend. Then that thought that ever came, like if one of them was your work will never amount to anything, put on the other side what you would say to your friend. If this were me, for example, I remember I had that thought. I thought about what I would say to one of my friends if that happened. And I was like, one, that's ridiculous. Who told you that lie? Because that's not how that would ever work. Artwork is subjective. Every type of artwork that is made, there is someone for everyone to get that work, to have that work, to buy that work. The only thing that you need is to get your work in front of people. That's the only thing that's missing. Now you see how that changes the thought? Notice how it shifted? That then becomes something that I'll look at and I'll say, oh, wait, hold up, wait a minute. Okay, I see where that's going. I like that. So that's why I say you have to measure every thought, because not every thought you are having is your thought. And that'll also help you understand your mental state, because whether we believe it or not, your thoughts are also dictating your mental and what you're mentally thinking about yourself. So once you measure those thoughts, you start to check your mental, and you literally start to check how you speak to yourself. And I'm someone where I believe words have power, whether you like it or not. Those words are powerful. They mean something. They bring something out in you. And when you have somebody constantly trying to bring you down, or your thoughts are constantly bringing you down, but then you have a friend who's constantly building you up and lifting you up, it contradicts all those negative thoughts that you have. Because then you start asking, hold up, wait, is that actually true? I guess it's not true, because my friend would never talk to me like that. Does that make sense? Y'all get it? I hope that's making sense to everybody. So that's one. So do that. Watch how your life changes, and then go down in the comments and tell me what happened, because I really want to know if that helped anybody. I remember when I started doing it, it helped me. I was shocked by my thoughts. I was like, oh, that's not good. Okay, so that was part 1. Now we're going into part 2. Part 2 is my all-time favorite, and I probably should have left it for last, but I'm excited about it. It's confidence, darling. Confidence is going to be your best friend. Now, I say it like this because confidence is also something that you have to build. You have to build and prove things to yourself in order to build your confidence. You also have to check who you're listening to, who is surrounding you. If you have people that are around you that keep degrading themselves and talking down to themselves, sometimes you end up adopting that without even meaning to. You just adopt the way they keep speaking to themselves. So you might have to limit the amount of people, the certain people that you talk to, because it's impacting how you see yourself, which is then impacting the work. And I say this because it was impacting me, how I saw my work, how I produced my work, and how I showed up creatively. Once I started to pull back from certain people and increase other people around me, my artwork my mental state started to change, which then influenced my artwork. So a lot of the things I'm talking about, you may be like, oh, this isn't improving my artistic skills, my drawing skills. No, it's not. But it is helping you get a clearer mind so your ideas can flow more creatively. Your thoughts can be more crystal clear for yourself, and you don't keep having a foggy brain. And every time, I don't know about y'all, but this happened to me sometimes. Every time I was trying to think of a new idea, I could not at all. It was like blank. And as y'all know, I'm a Jesus girly. So I was like, Jesus, please help me have a thought. I need something. So he would help me come up with thoughts. Like the drawing you're seeing me work on right now, this isn't me. This is just me asking him help. I need to figure out what to draw right now because I didn't make a reference when I did this. I just had a picture of a fish, the goldfish that you see right there. It looks like a koi, but I promise you it's a goldie. But that happened. So when it comes to the confidence, you have to build your confidence. It has to grow within yourself. So that means you have to constantly do stuff, little bitty things to build your confidence in yourself that will then influence your artwork. I started to tell people that I was an artist and stopped caring about the look that they got on their face. I started doing it one person at a time. And that was hard. I can't even lie to y'all. So I would be talking to somebody. It would be a stranger. And then sometimes the conversation would go into, okay, what do you do? And I'd be like, oh, I'm an artist. I'm like, oh, how's that going? And you're like, oh, I love it. So that built my confidence. So I would blatantly tell people I'm an artist. I wouldn't tell them the other side job that I have that was also helping me pay for stuff. I would just tell people I am an artist. I'm a professional artist. And that's it. Even though I'm not one yet, I'm becoming one. So you see, that's going to build my confidence in my artistry, in myself, and in my skills. Another thing that I started doing to build my confidence artistically was I actually just started drawing every day and painting every day. So I would do like little bitty tiny ones. So right now, the one I'm working on, the one we're watching together, this one's a little big. But the ones that I would work on were kind of small, like about a 4x4 inch. They were tiny and cute. And then I would go to my sketchbook and I would literally have moments where I would set a timer for 5 minutes. And I would promise myself, okay, we're going to sit here for 5 minutes and we're just going to scribble on a page. That's all we're doing. And for me, the scribbling on a page helped me get my brain set back into, okay, we're an artist, time to start working, time to start producing. We're an artist, time to start working, time to start producing. So therefore, I started producing more because I did it that way. So it ended up working. And that was all. Part 3, production, produce. You have to make the work. 10 pieces a year does not count as full-time. I say that to you as much as I had to say it to myself way too many times. There are some full-time professional artists that I have talked to. They've seen the amount of work that I've completed in 1 year, and they were disappointed. They were like, you can't make a full-time income off of only 15 paintings and off of only 15 pictures. You need more work. And it's not an insult. If anything, it's an encouragement. Because if you look at all of these famous artists that we have, Pablo Picasso for one, do y'all know how many artworks this man has made? 1,000. Actually, more than 1,000. Michel Basquiat, he made 1,000 artworks by the time he died. He died in his early 20s. Oh, sorry, mid-20s. I believe he was 28 when he passed away. 26, 28, around that time frame. How many of us have made 1,000 pieces? I looked at myself and I was like, I am 28 and I don't even have 1,000. So that's what took me for a loop. So production is the biggest thing. All right, guys, that concludes our drawing, chatting / painting session for today. It was great chatting with everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see everyone next week. Goodbye.